boy, where you been? It's TeeJay the artist. You rockin' with me. You are the smartest, and we back with another video, man. And we need to have a conversation about Wemby. Jimmy High Roller has done it again. We about to watch another video right here. Listen, man, Wemby is going insane right now in the league. He probably gonna end up being department. He probably gonna be defensive player of the year. For real. Like they not gonna hold him this time because they gave it to Rudy Gobert, and then he didn't play the listed amount of games that he needed to play. This year, he getting it. And I ain't gonna lie, might have to pencil that boy in for MVP too. He just going too crazy right now. He hasn't noticed. I need to work on the inside first and then do some outside work. Because last year, the year before, he was shooting a lot of threes and all that. This year, I feel like somebody talked to him. You know who talked to him? KG. Hakeem Olajuwon. Jamal Crawford. First of all, Wemby, stop talking to Jamal Crawford because you don't need to be doing stuff like that, bro. You already insane. You gonna make yourself insaner? And out here doing double behind the backs on the fast break. Why? Man, just get into the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's do it. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit?
You know, I've watched a lot of basketball, seen a lot of players come and go. I've seen players take over the game, change the game, climb the mountain of NBA greats. I've seen a lot, but I have never in my life seen anything like Victor Wembanyama. And after what we've witnessed over the past week, many NBA fans, including myself, are left with a question that we didn't think we'd be asking, and certainly not this early. Is Victor Wembanyama the best basketball talent we have ever seen?
Oh, shit.
A figment of our basketball imagination.
Is this the best basketball player we ever seen? He got straight to it.
Today's video in 3 and happiness bets. What you're about to see is a play that only one person on the planet can make.
Clowney trying to go right back again.
Get me that.
Right there.
Give me that. You talking about?
Martin misses the three. Champagny secures it. 2 for 1 for Spurs.
What you got going on? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh.
Wemby gets back-to-back blocks at the rim, then takes the ball coast to coast and puts in a 30.
Steph Curry that bit.
If you didn't see this
Dame
with your own
Lillard
eyes,
that bit.
you'd think it was a work of fiction. It isn't fair, really, for a player of Wemby's size to be able to do this. But these are not highlights. This is just what his game looks like. Like this play here, where Wemby puts on a spin move from outside the elbow, and not only dunks it, he almost spun his way past the rim. Or this play here, where he has 1 foot outside of the paint on this drive. The ball already passed him at this point, and yet he somehow pins it against the glass on the opposite side. Wemby went from here to here in less than a second. Or how about this play here, where Herb Jones draws Wemby away from the rim and gets him to bite on the fake. Victor is out of position. His back is to the ball. He's trying to guard 2 guys at the same time. Take a wild guess at how this play ends.
A block?
Bring a lot of jobs and allow the rodeo to flourish as well.
Yeah, he blocked it. But of all the reality-altering plays Wemby has
what
made
are we
in
doing,
just
bro?
his first week of this NBA season,
God.
there was one play in particular that had fans around the world questioning everything they knew about basketball.
Lively denied emphatically by Wembanyama.
It's like playing against your dad in the driveway when you're 8 years old. What do you do?
Wemby 3.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, why you working with Jamal Crawford? But that's Jamal Crawford right there. He worked with Jamal Crawford. This is what I'm talking about. You can work with KG and work with Hakeem. Don't work with Jamal, because now we got to deal with this.
Plus the foul.
To answer the commentator's question, there is nothing you can do. I just watched a 7'6" demigod make a 7-footer look like a child, then take him down the court to hit him with a tween crossover behind the back step back 3 for an and one. And in an instant, it felt like everything I knew about the game of basketball was wrong. We knew the concept of Victor Wembanyama. We saw the frame and the competitiveness, and we saw flashes of what he was capable of. And through his first 2 seasons, it felt like we saw where his game was heading. But what we witnessed in just his first 4 games of this season has blown the top off of all of that. Coming into the season, Victor was ranked as the 5th best player in the league according to most sources. And this, to many fans, felt like a gross overestimation, especially since he was sidelined for the second half of last season. Sure, we knew he was probably going to take a leap this season, but nobody was expecting this. Through 4 games, Victor is averaging 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks a game on nearly 60-40-80 splits.
My gosh.
31, 14, and...
Is this what it was like to watch Wilt Chamberlain? You know how all them stats just look crazy next to each other? 50 points, 60 points, 40 points, 20 rebounds, 30 blocks. Is this what it feel like to watch Wilt Chamberlain?
5 while playing only 32 minutes a night. Stats that jump off the box score
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
As an early MVP favorite. But what has really warped my brain over the last week is just how much his stats, as incredible as they are underselling just how monumental Wemby has been. On defense, he is a black hole. Anything that comes near him is either sent away or redirected. His 5 blocks a night aren't even capturing how offenses are legitimately avoiding him.
They don't even want to come in there.
When he's down there. In their game against the Raptors, I counted 10 different instances where a player passed up on their drive, picked up their dribble, or just avoided what should have been an easy look just because of Wemby's
Look at
presence
him.
alone.
Ooh, give me that.
10 times. Look at this last one here. RJ Barrett blows past Devin Vassell, sees Wemby and just,
Stops.
Here, you take it. I promise you, RJ was not planning on rifling a chest pass to his teammate standing 3 feet away from him after beating his man off the dribble. He just saw Wemby and panicked. How exactly do you measure this panic factor?
They is scared of that boy.
Because this doesn't really show up in the box score. But you know what does? According to the NBA's head-to-head matchup tool, so far this season, Wemby has guarded 40 different players.
Sheesh.
That's about 10 different players each game. He's seen every look you can get. And in total, these 40 players shot 64 times throughout 4 games. Out of these 64 shots, they made 19 of them. Wemby...
Yo. Oh my God. It's gonna be a problem, bro. If you ain't got no championship, like if the OGs that ain't got no championship, you ain't getting one. James Harden, no. Sorry. Russ, sorry. DeMar DeRozan, sorry. Paul George, sorry. Because now you got to go through this. You already got to go through like Ant-Man and SGA and the Denver Nuggets, stuff like that. If you can get on one of them teams, maybe. But now this is in the league. Now this is in the league. Y'all better get out of here, bro. Y'all would just go ahead and retire, dog. It's a new regime, bro. This is a monster right here, bro. Go ahead and get your play enough to get you a Wemby story, and then retire, and then go tell your Wemby story.
These matchups this
get out the league,
have a
bro.
field goal
OGs
percentage of
it's different, bro.
29.7%.
OGs, get out of here. It ain't happening, bro. This is in the league now. Unless you can get on one of them teams that I named, Ant-Man and them, Denver and them. Maybe even the Warriors, SGA and them. If you ain't on one of them teams, maybe even Luka. Maybe you can get on the team with Luka. Maybe y'all gonna have to combine powers. Cause y'all, all right.
Nearly 21% worse than when he's not guarding them. The kid is single-handedly breaking offenses.
This is crazy.
And speaking of offense, whatever he worked on with Hakeem in the offseason, it's working. The league should have terminated those workouts the moment those photos surfaced, because now it's too late and we're all in trouble. Abandoning his three-point heavy shot selection from last season, Wemby is now working from virtually every spot on the court. He's facing up from the elbow, he's getting his back to the basket and just going over whoever's attempting to guard him. He's added this footwork to his game that is almost startling to watch, not just because of how rare this skill is in today's league, but also because no human being of his size should be able to move like that. And he's got this mid-range bag now that has really opened up his game. How exactly do you stop a player who's a good enough shooter that you have to respect his jumper and crowd him, but can also get to the rim in about one step from anywhere on the court? How do you stop this?
You can't.
How do you stop this? Oh, I know. You can't. Wemby.
The only way to stop it is if somebody else is the same size as him. And basically, Wemby can stop Wemby, but you got to find a Wemby. Somebody, now that I think about it, somebody is going to draft a guy because they kind of play like Wemby, but he going to be a bust. Watch what I tell you.
Is one Hezi pull-up away from being a KD Hakeem hybrid. And as twisted as it sounds, that still feels like I'm selling his game short. He has been playing so out of his mind this past week, it genuinely felt like there was a mass awakening among NBA fans around the world. A fracture in basketball's timeline. Am I watching the most talented player to ever touch basketball? Not
they only showed the second one.
Or accomplishments or any of that,
but
just sheer ability and potential. For a brief moment, the thought did cross my mind, but I knew that was a terrible overreaction to a great opening game and opening week. But then I saw the reactions from other fans, and the more I saw, the more I realized I wasn't alone. This reaction was almost universal.
He looked at Anthony Davis and treated him like an 8th grader.
He abused them. With all due respect to AD, he abused them.
I've never thought this way about like Jokic and SGA, even LeBron, who I think is the greatest of all time. This kid is different. I hope to God he stays healthy because he has a chance to be the greatest player of all time.
I agree, and truly a talent we've probably never seen before, and we never will again.
But what he did in that game, my eyes are seeing something that I don't think I've seen before.
We haven't.
That's 100%. I can't compare him to anybody.
I'm glad. See, when we get players like this, we can't compare them to nobody. I love it. It's like when Jordan started doing Jordan things, there was nobody that they could really compare him to. There was he'd be dunking like Dr. J and I'm like, but in reality it's like, no, he was himself. Like Bron came in, they was like, well, we never seen him before, he the chosen one. He kind of played like, nope. He kind of played like Magic Johnson. Well, Magic Johnson ain't have a 50-inch vert. he kind of he played like it. Nope, can't do it. He was a person that you can't really compare him to. And then now we got Wemby, and it's like, okay, who is he? You could try to say KD, but nah, KD wasn't moving like this. KD wasn't a defender like that. Even KD, can't really compare KD to nobody. So those types of players, Steph Curry, you can't really compare Steph to nobody. So it's like, I like when it's a player like that, because there's a lot of players in the league that have games comparable to somebody else, and it's like, because of that, it kind of now they still be hooping, but it kind of like lessens their style of play because they play like somebody else, and it dims their light a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But when you get somebody that comes out and just plays like, wait, I've never seen nobody play like this before. I love that.
For all of the years we've been watching basketball,
like, it'd be like, when I mean by like it dims their light or whatever, is because they play like the prototypical NBA player. You know what I'm saying? They have this, they have that. You can say, all right, when I say 6'8" wing player, you can probably think of 20 people that play the same way. You know what I'm saying? But when you think of a 7'5", 7'4", however tall Wemby is player, it's like, okay, he the only one that play like that. You think of a 6'9", 200 and some pound, LeBron the only one that play like that. A 6'6" guy, Jordan was the first, but Kobe follows, and they play basically the same. But it's just them two that play like that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Steph Curry, he the only one that play like that. You might be people that try to play like Steph, but they don't play like that.
I can't compare him to anybody.
They should call him CGI because it just doesn't seem real sometimes when you're watching.
We've never seen
Wemby. We've never seen no shit like Wemby.
Like, I'm watching.
Hell, even Melo.
I'm not really sure how you defend it. You don't really defend this.
It broke my basketball brain.
It's hard to imagine that a 21-year-old in a league stacked with the most talent it's ever had might be the best player in the world. But then you watch him play, and the idea of him being the best is easier to imagine than his actual game itself. The best
I ain't never
way
seen
I can
that.
describe might
He
be
done
the
put the
best
ball
player
between
in the
somebody's
world.
legs.
But then you watch him play, and the idea of him being the best is easier to imagine than his actual game itself. The best way I can describe Victor Wembanyama's game is that it feels like he's a cheat code. Like he's got real life hacks,
He is.
and he's just
ban him. He is a cheat code, and what we do to cheat codes? Ban him.
shamelessly spamming them at his convenience. I know he's not cheating, but he's so unfair that it feels like he is. And personally, in all my years of watching the NBA, there's only been one other player that genuinely felt like he was hacking the game. As great as he was, LeBron, even at his peak, felt like he was still human. There were moments in the late 2000s where his size and speed were almost cheat code territory, but it never felt unfair. Some consider prime Kevin Durant a cheat code. 7-footer with a tight handle shooting 50,
Nah, Shaq is a cheat code.
40-90. Absurd. Unicorn. But for me, not quite cheat code territory.
Shaq.
Same goes for Jokic. A combination of brute strength, skill, and omnipresence that approaches the threshold, but doesn't quite cross it. The only player that I've seen with my own two eyes that actually felt like he was bending and breaking the game I love was 2016 Steph Curry. I remember what it felt like. I remember thinking...
Listen. 2016 Steph Curry. Bro. When I tell you 2016 Steph Curry, the game was over at halftime. If it wasn't over at halftime, it was over in the third quarter. When I tell you that 73-9 team got on my nerves, it got on my nerves. That year, basketball, well, you know what? I'll take that back. Because the year after is when it really got crazy, because KD got there, and that's when they was cheating. But 2016, Steph Curry and the Warriors, that 73-9, bro. It was no use in watching the game. If you didn't watch the beginning of the game, you missed it, because they were sitting down in the third quarter. It was crazy, bro. Now, and this is what's, I wish I wasn't recording videos in 2016. I think I started this YouTube page back then, but I didn't do no reactions. And I wish I could have got this on tape. I felt like, because they was blowing everybody out, that if you can just keep it close, that they might not know how to end games, because they hadn't had to end no games. And they almost got beat out by Oklahoma City Thunder. It came back 3-1. And then we all know LeBron got them. But I felt like, because they haven't been in those situations, they didn't know what to do. And I mean, I kind of was right. I'm just saying. But it's just like, bro, this team right here,
he couldn't keep it up, that he would regress back to the mean. I vividly recall watching him and thinking there is no way someone is actually this good at shooting the ball. I remember thinking to myself, I have never seen another player like this. A human cheat code. Although I didn't watch it while it was happening, prime Shaquille O'Neal is the other 21st century cheat code. A player so big and strong and athletic that it didn't matter how simple and redundant his game was. What exactly are you going to do about it? Victor Wembanyama has now entered cheat code territory. It is simply unfair for a player to be this smooth, agile, huge, skilled, instinctive, and competitive. Where's the drawbacks? The weaknesses? I recently did a video about the advantage of size in basketball, and how if a player was big enough, their size would grant them the ultimate advantage. Pair that with skill and mobility, and he would essentially break basketball. In theory, it sounds awesome, but it's just not possible. There's always going to be some limitation. They're either too big or too stiff or not skilled enough or injury prone. But after seeing what the Monks did to Wemby, I have had to readjust my brain to the fact that a player like this does in fact exist. An archetype so unrealistic, even video games won't let you conjure it up. He just makes everyone else and everything else look really normal. Like, these are all giants, all freak athletes for the most part, and he makes them look like you and me. He just looks so different out there that it's like he's actually preparing for another league above the NBA. This is just a pit stop for him to polish.
Hey, that's a bar. He said it looked like he preparing for another league above the NBA.
His game along the way. But no, it's the best league on the planet. And he's an alien not from it. Someone said this must have been how basketball fans felt when they first saw Wilt Chamberlain.
I'd never seen this video before, and I said that, and now
in the late 50s. And that person is probably right. A once-in-a-lifetime physical specimen that just shatters the reality of what you thought was possible on a basketball court. It's not often that players both active and retired concede that they're witnessing something they've never seen before. And this almost never happens, where young fans, old fans, the media, everyone is anointing a player who has yet to turn all their talents into something worthy of hoisting above their head. But the reactions we're seeing to Wemby's game and his talent are not exaggerated. They're not premature. Victor Wembanyama is here, and he really is just that good.
Once again, Jimmy High Roller. Bro, Wemby's not real. Wemby's not real. It feels like, bro, and I want this to happen. This is a hot take. This is a hot take. I want Wemby to be the greatest player of all time. I want him to be the GOAT. Because you can't compare him to anybody. Can't compare him to anybody. You can't compare his play style to anyone. You can't. You can't say, this person is a better passer than him, because Wemby's going to be the best blocker in NBA history. He's going to be one of the best defenders of NBA history. He's probably going to get all the accolades in 1 year one of these times. And that whole LeBron versus Jordan has been talked about for so long that, you know what? Let's make Wemby number one. We make Wemby number one. How do you compare Jordan to Wemby? Tell me. How do you compare LeBron to Wemby? Can't. So it just shuts off. We'll be arguing about who's number two. And who wants to argue about number two. Wemby is already going to be the best big man in history. There will be no debating. Kareem couldn't do this. Shaq couldn't do this. Jokic can't do this. Jokic in the league right now. Jokic can't do this. Wilt. A lot of people think Wilt. We didn't see that 100-point game. I'm just saying, bro. Like, really look at it. If Wemby's the number one player in the world and he's the greatest of all time, how do you argue it? Now we got to talk real basketball. I'm saying. If he's the GOAT, I'm telling you. Because are we gonna sit here and do the who's better out of Michael Jordan and while Wemby is number one? Just saying. It's gonna seem kind of crazy to argue for the 2 spot. Like, I'm subscribed by that good stuff, man. Peace.